Before our time, the dragons were banished underground, leaving scars of fear in the history of humankind. Then, one day, Sarek Nog opened a breach. Humanity, at the cost of thousands of lives, sent Sarek Nog back into darkness. But you must stop his return. Confront your destiny. Hunt down the dragon's minions. Fulfill the prophecy and become the legendary hero you were born to be. And if you fail, death will sweep over the world once more. Prophecies are merely words.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
「私の声を聞いている遠い時代のあなたへ」「命ある者は皆無数の記憶を積み重ねながら生きていく」「やがて記憶の雫は魂を育み形作る」
ユミヤにとっては見えるのが正しいこと。でも正しいことって一つじゃないのよ。
すべて滅びたと思っていたが、
正しいことって何？絶対に許さない！
身の程知らず愚か者。
今日はそう
ただのご挨拶ですとも。
これが私の全力。
どうか真相を解き明かして。A Soul Reaper.
Welcome home, Hobbit! If you've ever wanted to live like a hobbit from The Lord of the Rings, now a leisurely existence, nestled away in an idyllic, quiet corner of Middle-earth can be yours. Customize your appearance, decorate your home, and settle into life in the Shire. As a newcomer to the little haven of Bywater, you'll befriend your neighbors, work together to solve problems, and even share a meal. Or 3. Explore, garden, fish, forage, and cook. The best way to build a Hobbit community is by hosting a dinner party with your homemade dishes. Plus, you can trade with your neighbors for unique decorations or special ingredients for even tastier meals. Friendly hobbits and familiar faces await your arrival when Tales of the Shire.
Heavenswell. The last city of humanity. Above the decaying ruins roam scavengers, hunters, and bandits, trapped in endless violence, in pursuit of a glimmer of hope. They submit to the city's true master, the church that holds the secret of eternity, and wandering necros that haunt the wilderness. Their might rivals that of gods as they unleash the inferno of war.
Into the abyss, the seekers shall uncover the veiled truth and awaken the dormant greatness within. When lofty will clashes with unwavering faith, the prayers of thousands shall illuminate the ultimate path. Life changes and transists. Only evolution remains constant.
Emergency at Windscale Atom Plant. It's not emergency, but disaster. Now the worst seems to be over.
The two wolves who defeated the beast will tear into the neck of the aged lion.
For years, I faced unrelenting fury, made countless sacrifices. And the result of my devotion was betrayal.
At this rate, you will die.
Emperor, you will pay for this. Join me, Blade Phantom, and I will help you.
Our alliance has been formed.
It appears Moorcroft's little project is as real as they say.